Hi, class. So today you're going to begin working, now that you're done with Romeo and Juliet, on your Who's to Blame essay. Now, please remember that this is something we've already been working on. This is one of the main questions that we talked about as we went through the entire play, and you've actually already written 3 paragraph responses to this question. You made 1 paragraph responses after each quiz, quiz 2, quiz 3, and quiz 4. So again, you've already written 3 5-sentence paragraphs to answer this question, focusing on different characters. And what you're basically going to do here is start kind of putting those together. You might disagree with some of the answers that you had before. You might have changed your mind. That's okay, but at least you already have some work put in to answer the question. So here's the prompt. Here is the handout basically that walks you through this writing process. Okay, so again, we focused on this question, and you're now going to consider the analysis and discussions that we've had to identify who or what is to blame for Romeo and Juliet's untimely deaths. So to complete this task, you must, number 1, argue who's to blame for the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. Whose fault is it? Is the main question you're answering. You're going to use the reading materials that I've attached and provide a clear evidence and support for your argument. You'll complete the outline later this week to help you write the essay. That's the other handout that we'll get to in a second. It's actually over here. You will, in part, develop a counterclaim to your argument and provide evidence. So talk about someone in the play that other people might think is at fault or to blame, but you disagree with that idea. You will have to cite strong and thorough textual evidence to support your argument. So in other words, have quotes. You'll need to organize your ideas effectively and coherently in your writing, including a strong introductory paragraph. And then you need to follow the MLA guidelines for formatting, such as headers and citations, etc. So total, this whole thing is going to be worth 50 points. Okay, it is going to be due Tuesday, May 21st. Sorry that this says May 26th. My bad. So Tuesday, May 26th. It was different last year, obviously. So it's going to be 50 points. 10 points is for the formatting and following the MLA rules, especially on quotes. 10 points is for having 5 complete paragraphs that are on topic. 10 points is for good writing, so spelling, grammar, etc. It's easy to read. 10 points is for a thoughtful and compelling argument. I don't have to agree with you. You can say things I disagree with, but you need to back everything up with good evidence, and you need to be thoughtful. And lastly, you'll get 10 points for submitting it on time to Google Classroom, again by May 26th. Now, this is the overall project task, and then there's 2 handouts that will help you complete this essay. The first handout is this. Now, what I basically did was I went through the whole play and identified the main possible people or causes that you could blame for their death. I said you could blame the nurse for Romeo and Juliet's death, for example, and I came up with 3 reasons, and I also came up with a few examples from different acts and different scenes in the play that you could use to find quotes. I also said you could blame the friar, either Juliet's parents or Romeo's parents. Obviously, you could blame Romeo or Juliet individually. I don't think I talked about Juliet, but you could also blame some of the more sidekick characters, Mercutio, Tybalt, Benvolio, the prince, etc. Or you could broadly just blame like the fact that the feud exists. This is kind of like saying you blame both sets of parents, but I came up with some reasons there as well. Either way, the idea with this document is to give you some ideas, if you don't have your own ideas already from those 3 paragraphs you wrote, to look at, to go back, to look at the play, to find places where you could look for supporting reasons for who to blame. And yeah, hopefully this is everything that you need to support your argument. At this point, I'm going to switch to the second video where we'll look at the outline together.